Yo, good people of Earth, thank you very, very much for clicking this video. You are a wonderful soul, man. Straight out of Africa with good vibes, lots, and I mean lots of love, peace, forgiveness, and honesty as our message to the world. In today's videos, today's videos is a variety of everything. Good vibes videos. Watch till the end. Leave your comments and tell us where you're watching from. Much love and respect to yourself. That's David.
You guys ever try to replace a battery and you get this little cover on here and you got this little thing right here? You might not know what it is. Most mechanics should know what it is, but let me tell you exactly what it's for. On each side of the battery, there's a hole here and here. That is a vent for the battery because with varying temperatures, it's going to increase the pressures inside the battery and it needs to vent to atmosphere. Well, in the car, in this BMW, they have this tube right here. The tube runs down to the floor and just vents to underneath the car. So that's going to get plugged in to the side of the battery right here. Well, what about this side? That side is going to need to be capped off. Hence, this little guy right here. So you can just cut the tabs off or you can just rip it off on command. All right, now we're going to put this little guy, just shove it right in that hole. Give a little tap tap. Okay, now that side's plugged, this side will vent to atmosphere.
That's very interesting. Oh.
That is going to be a problem if you get those horns on there, isn't it? You can't nurse off of it.
It's okay, Darby.
Uh-oh.
There's really only one reason why some people get rich and wealthy and famous and some people don't, and it's main character syndrome. Like, literally shifting your mindset to be the main character will bring you anything you could possibly want, because that's the thing, is you already are the main character in your experience. But when you spend a ton of energy focusing on other characters, right? You're putting so much energy into watching people on TikTok. You put so much energy into people pleasing your friends, your family, your partner, your relationships, etc. Constantly making someone else the main character in your experience. You're doing that because you have the power to do it because you're the main character. So nobody else has that power except you. So how do I become the main character? Well, it's not about becoming the main character because you've always been the main character. It's about owning the fact that you are the main character. So a way you can do this, a quick little mindset shift, is to imagine that you have a camera crew following you around at all times. Now, when you go about your day with a camera crew following you, what is it that you wouldn't do if a camera crew was following you around? What would change about your life? If things would change, there's like certain things that you wouldn't do if a camera was on you at all times. Those are the exact things that you need to own. The things that you do in secret, the things about you that you're like, oh, that could never be, broadcasted to the world. They could never know the main character did that. The more that you can own everything about your experience, the more everything will reflect that.
Much love to everyone watching.
Have you ever heard of the 12 laws of karma? How many do you know and how many are you following? 1. The great law. Whatever we put into the universe will come back to us. 2. The law of humility. One must accept something in order to change it. 3. The law of responsibility. We must take responsibility for what is in our lives. 4. The law of focus. We cannot think of two different things at the same time. 5. The law of here and now. We cannot be present if we are looking backward. 6. The law of patience and reward. The most valuable rewards require persistence. 7. The law of creation. Life does not happen by itself. We need to make it happen. 8. The law of growth. When we change ourselves, our lives change too. 9. The law of connection. The past, present, and future are all connected. 10. The law of giving and hospitality. Our behavior should match our thoughts and actions. 11. The law of change. History repeats itself until we learn from it and change our path. 12. The law of significance and inspiration. Rewards are a result of the energy and effort we put into it. These 12 laws of karma can guide us towards a more meaningful and balanced life.
Yo, always generate love and good vibes out there, man.
What in the fresh hell happened here? The cat seemed to have shapeshifted into a sandal to avoid being spotted by the person approaching. Or was it? We analysed it frame by frame and found that it was nothing more than a perfectly timed video combined with the perfect aim. Let's slow it down for you. Can you see that the cat is making a run for it? Here's the sandal flying right towards it. Bullseye. The cat ran under the car with a sore bottom, creating the perfect shape-shifting illusion from a cat to sandal. Would you agree? What's your theory?
Where are they now? The man who went from homeless to Hollywood after a video of his God-given voice went viral. This is Ted Williams, also known as the man with the golden voice, and back in 2011, he went viral after being interviewed on the side of the road.
And we'll be back with more right after these words.
The internet quickly took notice of his special radio voice, and his life would forever change. Only a few days after the video was released, Ted began to receive numerous job offers. The Cleveland Cavaliers offered him a job and a home, and he was even hired by Kraft Foods to voice over their macaroni and cheese commercials. And just a year after the video went viral, Ted signed a book deal worth a whopping $375,000. In 2015, Ted announced that he was running for president in the 2016 election, which he ultimately didn't win. Later that year though, he was hired to voice over Pepsi's Super Bowl commercial. Unfortunately, in 2021, Ted came out in an interview saying that he was homeless again and hasn't found a place to call home. Ted now occasionally uploads on his TikTok profile, where he has over 180,000 followers.
Oh, what happened to that wonderful guy?
Millie, what is 2 plus 2? There you are. All right, let me ask you something more difficult, Millie. Millie, what is 8 plus 2 minus 7? Yes, well done, Millie. There you are. Millie is indeed a clever horse and appears to be able to do arithmetic. That's because, in fact, she can react to very subtle signals. If I take my hand off her and step forward, she paws. And if I step back, she stops. So eventually it was shown that Millie was just extremely skilled at following body language, particularly those facial signals that questioners might give when they reach the right answer to the question.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to explain to you what girl math is.
What?
Girl math.
Girl math?
Yeah.
Girl math.
Yeah.
Like counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Like-
8, 9, 10.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
math.
Girl math.
Okay, so if I pay in cash, it's free.
If you pay in cash,
Yeah.
it's free.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, if I pay with cash, in my mind, it's free.
The item is free.
The item's free if I pay in cash.
All right.
If I don't spend any money today, I have double the budget for tomorrow. Do Do you get it?
Yeah.
No. Not at all.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
See, Mom gets it. Right, Mom?
You get this?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's girl math. She's going to get it because it's girl math.
What she's saying is, if you pay in cash,
Yeah.
It's free.
it's free.
Yes.
Well, I'll do that all day long. I'm liking this so far.
If I buy something
Mm-hmm.
and return it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually making a profit.
Oh, God.
Wow, then your mother would be loaded. How's it a profit? There's no profit.
It's because
Yeah.
she didn't spend any money. They think it's a profit.
Yeah, it's basically
Who
like
thinks it's a
The
profit?
girls just do not. It's just something they make up, you know.
it's
That's
do you-
the dumbest thing ever. If you
Hey.
return something, you didn't make a profit, you're even.
Right. You didn't spend
No, but it's-
anything, you didn't buy
but
anything.
it's basically like you got that money. It's a profit.
Your ass is a
Well,
profit.
you're not out. So, you're not out.
But yeah,
Money.
but you're making money basically.
You're not making money. You're just
No,
keeping the
it
same
is.
money.
It's you're making
Oh,
money.
Please.
And are you serious?
Oh, this.
I wouldn't want you to be my accountant.
No.
If I order a drink using my Starbucks app, okay,
Starbucks app.
and I already downloaded money onto that app,
Mm-hmm.
and I buy a drink using that app, it's free.
It's not free.
Yeah.
You downloaded money onto the app.
That's
It's
what I say. If you
not.
down money on... if you down
Right,
money-
but it's basically it's free.
I don't understand it. This is stupid. This is dumb. This is dumb. Who is this? What is this?
What do you
something
mean?
that they
It's
make
girl
up,
math.
girls'
Do
math.
you understand girl math? Like, Mom, if you pay in cash, it's free.
It's not free. You pay money for it. How
This
stupid
is
is that?
stupid. What do you call this?
Girl math.
Girl
Yeah.
math.
Yeah.
It's dodo math. That's ridiculous. Never heard of
It's
it.
stupid.
dodo math.
Stupid. Don't tell your followers this.
Yo, wonderful people. Thanks for watching up to this far, man. Big up to yourself. Love and respect to you, man. No, I love all the people in this world equally. And big up and shout out to all men and women equally. But now this thing about God maths, oh, now that's a familiar and unfamiliar thing to me. And it's really creepy. How does it work? Please, English people, can you help us understand what that is? That is very surprising. I don't think the math is mathing. Anyway, much love to you all. And some people was asking which type of fruit is this you are eating here. This is not potatoes. No, it is even not apple. We call it good fruit from this side of the world. So if you know what it is called, you can share in the comment section. Much love to you, man. Let's keep watching. Watch till the end. Hit the like button and respect to you. Share love, please, out there, and forgiveness.
Hi, stop for a moment. Wait. I want you to figure out that you're psychic, to know that you're psychic, and to stop denying your psychic abilities. Open your palm, the one that's dominant. So if you write with your right hand, take out your palm, and I'm gonna let you know if you're psychic. Okay. In the middle of your palm here, if you see a big X, as you can see, my palm has several of them. If you see a big X in the middle of your palm, especially in the middle, following this line down here, if you see a big X, no matter how it's pointed, it could be straight, crooked, it's an X. So you can see mine right there. If you have that X, honey, you're psychic. That's the psychic mark. In palm reading, if a psychic sees that, they'll let you know that you have the gift too. That's the psychic mark. Anyone with this is born a psychic. Now, let me tell you another thing. If you're not using your psychic gifts and you're like fearful of them and you're just like, I know I'm psychic, but I don't know what to do with them. I'd be too afraid to use them. What if I go to hell? What if God punishes me? Whatever. If you're afraid to use your psychic gifts, I'm going to show you a little secret. I want you to look from here, look down here, right in this area. You see this part? It has to follow this line here, over here. If you see a triangle, as you can see my triangle right there. You see that little teepee? That triangle? If you have that triangle, go ahead and check. That means that in a past life you were persecuted for your psychic abilities and your gifts and your healing abilities. Therefore, you're afraid to use them in this lifetime. So you got to break that chain and get out of the fear state of mind. Whatever happened to you in a past life, whether you were drowned, burned alive, stoned to death, whatever it was, because I see something with past lives and this happening to a lot of people who have this. I know that I had it and mine started opening up once I started using my gifts and not being afraid of them. The line opened up here. It was completely closed off and it just started to open up over time, because yes, lines do change on your palms when changes are happening and you're taking action. So if you have that, it means that you're fearful of using your psychic abilities, but you know you're psychic. Like, this is confirmation. And this X mark tells you that's the psychic mark. You're already psychic. Now, maybe you're like, but I'm not going to use my psychic abilities. What do I need it for? I work in an office or whatever. On a daily basis in your daily life, you need your psychic abilities and your intuition. And a lot of you, whoever you are watching this, you have been guided and you have been shown things about people that you're dating. Maybe you had a dream about them and you're like, I knew that was going to happen. Or cousins or friends, something would happen. You would let them know, like, hey, listen, I had this dream about you. I think this is going to happen. Don't trust that person. And they don't listen to you. It's because your abilities are there. And people, of course, are going to be like, okay, whatever, shut up. But you have that ability and you have that gift. So maybe you don't want to use it to be doing what I'm doing, for instance, helping others, healing others, and helping others, teaching them their power, and the reason why you're afraid to use your gifts, don't forget that the powers that be, they want you to be fearful of your gifts. They want to tell you you're going to go to hell. It's evil, demons, and all that bullshit, okay? And that's so that you don't gain power, because they want to be in power. So how do they do that? They keep you scared. So stop fucking being scared. Get out of that shit and use your gifts. Use it for the highest good of the collective, or for yourself for the highest good. So long as it's done with love and light and not the ego. But stop being afraid and stop letting them take your gifts from you. They're yours. They belong to you. Take your fucking power back. This is your sign. Psychic bitch.
I'm going to put a trigger warning on this just because if anybody does watch it, it might be triggering. I am completely unmasked, unedited, and probably unwatchable. I just left the doctor's office for a follow-up appointment, got a referral to an endocrinologist, and burst into tears 2 minutes being in. Again, the nurse couldn't get my blood pressure. She had to do it manually. It was 70-something over 40-something again. My first week at the new job was last week, and I did make it through most of it. I did have to come home Friday because I literally couldn't keep my eyes open and couldn't focus on any of the tasks at hand. I spent my weekend dissociated, triggered, and pretty frozen in a space I find difficult to describe with words. And I think we all know when things are getting bad for us. Most of us do, I think, physically, mentally. And I know for me, it's getting bad when I start having thoughts of wanting to take a lovely vacation in a padded room. Like, wouldn't it just be lovely to be locked away somewhere and not have to worry about anything and have someone focus on helping me? However that looks, wouldn't it be lovely? And because I'm being honest, and I want you to know how bad it is right now, and this is probably the triggering part, a lot of ideation this weekend. A lot of, how do I do it so the insurance will still pay out and my kids can still get something. And look, as a 45-year-old, highly masking neurodivergent, I have a toolbox full of tools. Holistic healing, energy healing, Eastern medicine, Western medicine, neuroscience, philosophy, psychology, you name it, it's in my toolbox, but I find myself shaking that fucking box trying to find anything that will work. Because nothing is. I didn't cry in front of the doctor. This time I couldn't even speak. I couldn't look at him. And now I'm going to work. My second week on a job with people that do not know me. On a job that I really hoped I would be able to do, but now I'm questioning even that, because what do I do if I can't do this? I'm broke. I've spent every dime I have on trying to fix myself, on being out of work for the past month because I couldn't do the last job I had physically. What the fuck do I do if I can't do this? Because right now I feel like I can't do this. Any of it. Anything. And the worst part is I don't know what's happened or how I got to this point. Like I said, that toolbox is stocked full of tools, and it has gotten me through many, many years, and many tough spots, and many traumatic things. But I have reached the bottom, and there's nothing helping. I love you all, and I'm just going to close this with saying there's a difference between ideation and action. Please know that I am okay, and I'm not going to harm myself. And I am going to go to work, and I'm going to try to make this work and make this happen, because I don't have an option. And I know that I'm strong and I'm smart and I'm fierce and I'm all those wonderful things, but right now I am also broken and I'm tired. And I am at the end of my rope. And I'm gonna keep going. Because I don't have a choice. Thank you for listening, and thank you for your comments and your help. And if I don't respond, I'm okay. But I have to pull back and try to figure out how to keep doing this. Because ultimately I am alone in this. And me, myself, and I's gotta figure out a way to get it together. But I still think a vacation to a padded room sounds kind of nice. Give me Jell-O, give me drugs, let me sleep. I'm down for that.
So, thank you, kind-hearted humans, for watching up to this far. You're all loved and respected. You see, this video has touched my mind, thinking about all those people that are out there maybe feeling the same way, you see. And in this universe, things ain't easy. Sometimes it's tough on people, and we just need to share love out there. If you are seeing this video, please share love out there and respect and caring for all humans out there. And you can give freely, and giving is not having too much. You can give the little you have. Giving is the gesture of giving. You can even give someone that you think is more better than you, just to show and the word, the gesture of giving. That way we can impact more lives and people can be helpful out there to one another. Love and peace to everybody watching. You are all loved and respected. Treat people nicely out there. People go through a lot of stuff. So share love. Share love to everybody. Love can heal all these wounds. Let's keep watching. Watch till the end and hit the like button. You are loved.
One of the most underrated features of a cell phone is being able to use it as a Wi-Fi hotspot. This is ridiculously useful in so many circumstances, especially if you live in an area with really slow internet and your ISP is just too slow or ridiculously expensive to upgrade. But I know that the mobile Wi-Fi hotspot can also be slow. But if you change literally one setting, you can basically double your mobile hotspot speed without downloading any external app and without having to reach your phone. If you want to know how I do it, don't worry, I got you. Let me show you how it's done. Welcome to another episode of Talking Tech with the Techie Guy. My name's Leron Segev, where I make tech simple. If you're into phones, gadget apps, tips and tricks on how to, hit that subscribe button and let's get on to today's shopping. So there's several reasons why you would want to use your phone as a hotspot. As I mentioned, if your local ISP is just stupidly slow and there's nothing you can do to increase your speed, well, if your phone is getting 3G, 4G LTE, you're going to get much more speed out of that device. You also might be out and about and you don't want to use those public free Wi-Fi. Simply use your phone as a hotspot, create your secure connection, and you're far better off. There's a couple of things to remember when you're using your cell phone as a hotspot. Number one, not all mobile service providers actually enable that by default. That was something weird that I discovered only when I moved to the US, so double check with your provider. The second thing is that if you're on a paid data plan, so you pay per megabyte, just be aware whatever data you're sending through to your connected device from your laptop, your tablet, your gaming station, whatever it may be, goes towards that data plan, so you're going to go through those data packages quite quickly. And the third thing is that when you're using your phone as a hotspot, it really takes a toll on the battery and it does drain much quicker. Right, now that you know all that and you're happy to proceed, the final thing is that this only works with Android because, of course, with Apple locking everything down, it doesn't give you much opportunity for configuration. And what we're going to be doing on our Android phone is essentially telling the Android Wi-Fi hotspot not to be a 2.4 gigahertz hotspot, but to be a 5 gigahertz hotspot. As we know, 2.4 gigahertz is awesome for long range, but it's going to have a slower speed. 5 gigahertz essentially is amazing at short distances, we're going to give you much better speed. Now, because we're going to have our cell phone right next to our laptops or our gaming station or whatever we're connecting to, we want to make the hotspot as a 5 gigahertz hotspot.
Okay, let me show you what you need to do. I'm going to do this on my Android Pixel 3a. This is Android 10.0, but it also works on previous versions of Android as well. So what you're going to do is go into your settings, go into search and look for something like hotspot and tethering. Click on that, click on hotspot and tethering to switch it on. And it's the first time that you're doing it, you can here's where you give it a name, a hotspot name. This is what your laptop and device are going to connect to. So my hotspot in this example, my password, it's going to be that just for connection's sake. Okay, now that I've set that up, what you need to do is tap on the bottom tab, which says advanced. Right, go in there and then you see it's going to say AP band. Tap on that. And this time move it from 2.4 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz. That is the secret. Now let's put down the phone and go for Android 8.10 and I'm going to show you how to do it there. Again, search for hotspot. This time it's called mobile hotspot and tethering. This is where you switch it on. And here's where you give it the Wi-Fi name. And next up, you're going to set up the password. So tap on that, give it a password. Now, click on the 3 little dots at the top. Click on Configure Mobile Hotspot. Scroll down until you see the Show Advanced options. Tap on that. And here, you're going to set it to the 5 gigahertz band whenever that's available. Okay, so does it really make a difference? So, I've set back the Wi-Fi to 2.4 gigahertz. You can see I'm connected to it. I'm going to click on Go on speedtest.net. Let's run a good old-fashioned speed test and see what it does. Okay, let me fast forward this bit. Alright, not bad. 27.68 as a download speed. Let's see what the upload speed. 10.28, very respectable. Nothing wrong with that. Now, let's change it.
12 seconds later.
Right, so my phone is now set for the hotspot to be at 5 gigahertz. Now what I'm going to do on my computer is I'm going to disconnect from the hotspot and then I'm going to reconnect again, just to double check that we're connecting at the right speed. Okay, now let's go and run speedtest.net one more time at 5 gigahertz on my phone. See what it does. And there we go. You can already see a massive improvement just by going to the 5 gigahertz versus the 2.4. Look at that download speed. Look at that upload speed.
So short tip, quick and to the point, more videos like this right over here with helping you with your Wi-Fi and your internet bandwidth connectivity right over here. If you're new here, hit the head below to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it and I'll see you in those videos. Let's do it.
That was interesting, and if working, it will be quite helpful.
I wish someone had explained manifesting to me like this when I first started. This is part 2. You're going to want to get your pen and your notepad out because this is going to be full of gems. So the second part to learning how to become a pro manifestor, a master manifestor, is to learn how to wield your energy field. Learn how to bend your energy literally. That is the key. Now, I drew out this diagram, so I want you to visualize manifestation and energy like this, okay? I drew 2 different diagrams, so let's start with this side. So we got this person right here, person A, person B, and person C. You can already get the gist of where this is going. So person A, right up here, this person, we call this person a master manifestor, a pro manifestor. What that looks like in practicality is good things tend to happen to them. They tend to get lucky, right? A lot of good opportunities, you know, in sequence, a lot of great things. They make great changes in their lives, you know, real powerful, steep trajectory towards success. This person is great. Everybody wants to be around this person. They are magnetic when they walk into a room, and it starts to deplete. This person right up here, in terms of actual traits, right? And I'll get to how this connects with energy in a second, but this person right here, really, really high, extraordinarily high self-belief. What that means is they're not afraid to knock on doors to get opportunities, because they're like, why not me? Why wouldn't I, be the person to make it, for example, right? So the universe, this is a gem, opens up doors for those who dare to knock. So when that comes to, let's say, building up a social media brand, who is the universe going to open up the door to? The person who knocks once a day, or the person who knocks 5 times a day? The person who knocks once every 3 months, or the person who knocks once every single day for 3 months? High self-belief, high level of self-awareness. They are aware of how the energy affects the people around them, and how it is manifesting within themselves, right? They're aware of their emotions, and they are mindful of how they want to move through the world, and they're very intentional about that. They have very high accountability, self-accountability. They truly understand that everything in their life is their fault, right? Everything in this person's life happened to them. This guy has a very victim mentality. This guy feels like they can't catch a break, that things are, bad things keep happening to them. They don't realize that they're doing it to themselves, right? And that it's just a mindset change. Very high level of self-worth, which means they feel like they are worthy of charging very high amounts for their time. They're worthy of a big house, they're worthy of a new car, they're worthy of love, and they won't settle for less, right? Versus this person down here gets into the opposite of those things. They can't imagine making more than minimum wage. They can't imagine, a healthy relationship. They'll only settle for a used car, so on and so forth, right? And all of these things for this person are very out of reach, right? For this person, they feel like they're very much within reach, right? This person up here is very intentional, right? This person up here is very focused. This person up here has a high degree of faith that the universe is doing its job. People, in other words, call this God, right? They leave it in God's hands. Law of detachment, right? And they are at peace with how things are playing out. They are neutral. They do not react angrily and get out of their system when bad things tend to happen. They understand that it is just the universe reorganizing itself to allow for these things to come. And they are very reliant on their intuitive mind and their intuitive energy rather than the logical mind. If you don't want to know the difference, go watch my previous videos. So now, your desired reality, right, kind of looks like this. It's not a state, it's not an outcome. Your desired reality is a state of being, right? Your journey is a state of being. That's why they say the journey is the way. What you want isn't really the outcome, it's really a state of being. And all of these outcomes that you desired happen to the person who is in this state of being. This high vibrational state, right? Where things just tend to flow. They're in a stream, and all these different tangible things that we want, these material things, for example, they are nuggets that we find along the way of being on this path, on this stream, right? This person right here is on a very chaotic stream. They got to do a lot of legwork. They probably won't find anything till very much down the road. Another great way to visualize this is this. People love this diagram in my other video. That video is blowing up, go watch it. But this person right here is on this path, right? High self-esteem, high belief, high self-awareness, high intuition. They're very reliant on their intuitive energy located in the gut, which means their energy field is huge. It's very large. And so they're able to match energy with these things that are out here, right? They can sense it with their intuition because it's meshing with their energy field. Remember, everything is right here, right now, right? And where the universe is just reorganizing itself to put you in reality where those things are in your physical realm. But your energy is what matches it first. And so the lower you go down on this awareness, intuition, accountability, focus, faith, belief scale, and you head towards a victim mentality, these things start to feel out of reach. And what that means in a practical sense is you can't even imagine them. You can't even imagine getting 100K. That doesn't even feel real. You can't even say I'm worthy of making $100,000 a year without it coming out with some sort of hesitation, because it's not in your energy field, right? And so if you want to get it in your energy field, you got to focus on these things right here.
if you focus on these things right here, screenshot this, your energy field expands. You'll start to feel like you're talking different. People will start to say that you've changed. People will sense you. You will become so magnetic. It is insane. Things will just start to happen to you, right? My videos don't gain traction because, I posted them at the right time. It's because people can feel the energy through it, right? And this person right here, this person is not only so reliant on their logical mind and so reliant on what they see in their physical reality to give them feedback on how they should act, but they're actually blocking these blessings. So these blessings, these things are so far out of reach, they can't even imagine it happening to them. They're actually blocking it, right? The good thing is, and they feel like the world is against them. Bad things keep happening to them. Well, look at what you're manifesting. Right? You're like, these things operate on a love and abundance frequency, and you got to start saying things. Remember, words are spells. You got to start saying things that are in accordance with love, abundance, peace, high self-worth, high self-belief, so on and so forth, so that you can continue to expand your energy. So when it comes to how to bend your energy field, how to start walking through this stream, right, of abundance, of love, of money. Words are spells. That is the single best practical tool I can give you. Words are spells, and start to cast the spells of the reality that you want in the present tense. I live in a huge house. I make $100,000 a year. I'm buying a new car. I'm buying new cars every year. I'm worthy of love. I'm in a healthy, loving relationship with a partner who loves me for me. And you continue to say that even when it feels weird, because sooner or later, what you don't realize is happening is your energy field is expanding. The more it'll start to sound like Delulu at first, but sooner than later, you'll start to feel like it's just who you are. And you start to feel like the person who is worthy of that. And then you start to let the universe do its thing, which is the faith component. That is how you bend your energy. And that is why certain people, when they walk through the room, they feel powerful and you can sense them from a million miles away. Hope that helps guys. Follow for more.
That's interesting, man. Positive mentality all the way. Oh, object hiding in the crowds. Below, this guy's plane. Oh my god, that guy. Oh, which object is this? Looks like a flat, circular object.
Can someone please explain to me why it is totally normalized that we have our kids believe in Santa, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, even the elves that you see out, the elves on the shelves that they do now at Christmas? Why it's totally normalized that from the earliest age we instill in our children that these things exist, right? It just is like, it seems natural, it seems easy. I mean, I remember I would even forget to move the elf on the shelf, and the next morning when my son would have questions about where his elf was and I had forgotten to move it, I would be able to think on my feet super quickly, come up with some story or move it when he wasn't looking, and I was just like, phew, close call. He still believes we made it. Then tell me why it's not natural, or we have some instilled fear or lack of when it comes to what we think we can do to make our kids believe in the power and majesty and truth of Jesus. It's not hard to get them to believe in Santa, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny. They are looking to you to raise them in the way they should go. And even when I forgot to move that elf, I could think on my feet and my child would still trust me. I'm just not understanding anymore. I feel like the Holy Spirit is helping me realize that there's this chasm and this blindfold that we have had in thinking and seeing how easy it is to lie to our children about those things and make them believe a lie. Even when they start to notice some oddness, we think on our feet and can fill in the gaps and they still believe us. But we think it is too difficult or we're likely to fail, and making them believe in the one true God of the world. The one who is the truth and the way and the life. The one who doesn't work magic that actually doesn't exist, but can really move in your heart and move in your life and move in the life and the world around you. If you're only open to feeling him and seeing him. Let's be honest, when we make our kids believe in Santa, who is Santa? We are Santa. We are not only working to make them believe in something, but we are that guy. Everything that does happen for the sake of Santa in our homes is actually us. Imagine how much simpler it is to point them to the belief in Jesus Christ, the one true God, who all we have to do is give it to him, and he is the worker. He's the miracle worker. He's the movement worker. He's the transformer. He's the redeemer. How in the world have we come to think that spreading the truth of Jesus to them is going to be something we're going to fail at, or something they're not going to believe us, or something that's just going to be too hard, when we're over here running around talking about Santa, being the Tooth Fairy, being the Easter Bunny? Come on. What a bold-faced lie of the enemy, y'all, to have us really out here talking lies, speaking lies, being lies, and still being able to get away with it, all the while thinking that there's not possibly a way that we could really instill in our children who the one true miracle worker and redeemer and transformer and bringer of like life and gifts and all of that really is. My husband and I came to the faith and really started living for the Lord fully, and only about the past year, and our 5-year-old already believes in prayer and sees the majesty of Jesus all around him, because he sees the truth that we're walking in, that we speak, and Jesus has been moving in his life and in his heart. We were able to like give it to Jesus, and he does the rest of the work. My child now helps my own disbelief at times, because the world had a good hold on me before I gave it all to God. Imagine the foundation you're able to give to your children when they can see the truth of Jesus and believe in the truth of Jesus and experience the love of Jesus for themselves before the world even gets an ounce of them. The mouth, hands, and feet of Santa, best believe you can speak the truth of Jesus and let him and believe in him to do that.
Oh, please also teach your children love and peace.
I figured out how they're doing it. How the global elite are keeping the scales tipped in their favor. You can call it magic. You can call it a lot of different things. But what it actually is, I know it. Okay. So do you want to know what it is? Well, this phenomenon has been studied by everybody, science, religion. It's what everyone has called something different. Everything from the mysteries of ISIS to the CIA's remote viewing project. It's all the same thing. Ashayana Nikola Tesla, Rudolf Steiner, the Rosicrucians, the Freemasons, the Luciferians, physicists, the folks at CERN are all doing the same thing. So here's the secret. If you can close your eyes and visualize it, a reality, through patterning, and you can charge that light visualization with the magnitude of your heart resonance, which is called faith, belief, all different kinds of things, you essentially create MRI images of reality, slices, if you will. In other words, even though this reality is not what you just visualized, you've created it on a dimensional level somewhere that you can get to. The bigger the difference between your existing reality and that desired reality, well, the more magnitude, resonance it's going to require. Sometimes too much for the individual. In other words, a collective is required. When you do a ritual, what you are doing is you are completing an action on multiple dimensions. In other words, you have a belief or an emotional connection, a charge that is embodied within the physical form, moving along geomagnetic ley lines in a grid system, which is our Earth, simultaneously moving energy through your chakra systems. As you pattern these things on multiple dimensions of your existence, emotional, imagination, right? Physical body action, you create that reality. Couple that with some sound frequency and particular tones that through your throat chakra, right, bring that sound frequency required to collapse light into matter. And these tones, when coupled with the collective magnitude of energy in a ritualistic format,
Yo, thanks for watching up with this far, man. You are all lovely and wonderful. Your support means the world to us. Just clicking and watching these videos. Be blessed, and may the universe reward you generously. Big up to everybody that has been leaving a comment there saying one or two things. Oh, that's so good, man. That's the way to go. Make the world a village in the comment section. You see some people are always active there, like MJ Simpson, Tom Yanks, and some people usually mention a lot. Universe reward you accordingly, man, and everyone that's a subscriber. Keep it tuned till we meet next time. Bye bye, you are all loved and respected. Yes, let me go and look at my dog.